Morning, guys. January the 14th. Can you believe it? This month is almost half over. Christmas was just yesterday, I'm sure. It's 17 degrees here in central Illinois. Going to be a cold week. Next week, it's even going to be colder. One day is listed as a high of 10 and a low of 2. So bring in your brass monkey. But what we've got here, I'm going to show you my extensive, absolutely extensive collection of American Flyer. It's probably the largest collection in the world, bar none, or at least in my mind. But that up there is my American Flyer standard gauge freight set. That's all I've got in freight. And what I wanted to show you here is American Flyer pre-war O gauge. This is a 425, and the 425, if I remember correctly, it has the same power unit as what the 420 had, which I believe was a switcher. I don't want to get the numbers all mixed up, but I believe this is a 425, and their 060 switcher was a 420. It came with this particular locomotive, as far as I can tell, came with the Vanderbilt tender. And this one's got the 3/16 trucks and that drop link on it. So basically, the only thing I can pull with this is the 3/16 cars that I got up there on the elevated. So what I've done with this is I use just a regular tender with a hook coupler so that I can run it and pull the other freight. Over here. This particular set right here is the Paul Revere set. Now, I can't hook the observation car to it because it doesn't have a coupler at the far end. But I think this was the first American Flyer O-gauge set that I picked up years ago. Picked it up down in St. Louis when I used to have the train meets downtown. I think it was at one of the arenas, which is no longer there. They pushed it down and built something else. But I've just got a small amount of cars with this. Nothing fantastic. I tell you one thing, I can understand why guys collect these the early lithograph American Flyers cars. They are absolutely super. I believe these three cars right here, they're just cheap four-wheel cars. I believe they came with that cheap Hiawatha set that with the engine and the tender were basically one unit, and I think it was a Hiawatha freight set, but I am not sure. I never really got into collecting American Flyer, and I'll tell you one of the reasons why I didn't is because of the couplers. There was no standard to them. You had to have a locomotive or a tender or whatever, and so that you could pull whatever set of cars that they were happening to making at that time. The other thing I always like the air service tank car. That's their small series O gauge, and a lumber car, the green tank, their larger caboose. So that's basically all I have got when it comes to American Flyer, both standard gauge and O gauge. So we're going to run a little of it and see how it goes. And I'll tell you what. That is a sheet metal engine on the front. That electric is a sheet metal engine. I cannot believe that it pulls these cars as well as it does. You'll see how well it does. Well, wrong transformer. I got too many transformers here. So this is basically everything I've got except the standard gauge freight set running. This is the extent of my American Flyer. let's see. Let's see if we can get that 425 up here. And get it to run. Take this one off. Put a tender on that will work. This particular engine is what I call a shake, rattle, and roll. It's got an E unit in it, which I have no lockout that I know of on it. And, I'm sure I'm going to get arrested for that. I don't know. Can you knock a cop down and get by with it? I don't think so. But probably some contact cleaner would do this a whole world of good. Okay, let's see what we got. Whoop. Once again, too damn many knobs. All right, we'll shake it. There you go. Now what kills me with this locomotive, because it's got small wheels, it acts like it's on fire. It really, really, really runs. It looks like it's running fast. Lionel had a couple like that too with the smaller, I got a 255 passenger set, and it just, it's got small wheels and it looks like it's trying to kill snakes. But that's a nice, smooth, run a little outfit. But that basically is it, guys. That is the extent of my American Flyer collection. I would never have thought that that electric could have pulled as many cars as it does, and that steam locomotive, of course, is die-cast. And I've got every American Flyer car on there except two. One's a caboose and the other one's the Borden's milk car. All right. That's it for that little outfit. The other thing that I'm working on, we're coming along good with the dump car. It's, I've now fabricated 2 cabs for it. This is the new cab. Got a hole for the shaft right here. The wheel, I can screw that right on there. It works well. It dumps. The gear, it engages with the gear. The dump turns and it pours out the contents. Now this is the new cab we're looking at, but that's the old face. I wanted to see if I got everything measured right. So I'm in the process now of fabricating another face for the other end. And I think what we're going to do with this is I'm going to roll a roof for each one of them. And then I'm going to apply a trolley pole from here. And it's basically going to come to the center of the car. So I'm planning on doing 2 of them. So it'll have a trolley pole here, and I believe it or not, I like the center bar. I can pick it up and move it if I want to. That actually, I never thought about that, and that works out pretty good. So that's where we're at with the dump car. I'll do some more work on that. Like I say, at 17 degrees, I'm not going to be spending much time outside. Bought a few more soldiers that we're going to put in down here. I got bridges that need to be guarded. I don't have enough military, And I bought me another arcade tanker. This time it's going to be basically the same color blue as that card. It's on its way to my post office box, so I'll be looking forward to getting that before much longer. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Like I say, this is Tuesday. This is the 14th, and good grief, the month is half over. Oh, and by the way, everybody that works, be sure you're working again yet tomorrow, because my Social Security check comes in, and I want that check to clear, all right? All right, guys, we'll talk with you later. Have a safe one. Stay warm. Toodaloo.